the Wall Street Beat Show, Crypto and Crypto. And if you didn't know, now you know, bitches. There's Wall Street, I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip.
Good morning, everyone.
There's Wall Street, I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. Talks about nigga Crypto and Crypto. We got these indicators. Don't be a hater or a hoe. I gotta let you know when niggas Crypto and Crypto. Hit the like and subscribe. We're going down the phone.
Oh, man, that's better. All right, let's lower this. Wall Street Pete, Sick Dough, Ian Crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto? You come on over, hit the bell, hit all notifications. Become a subscriber today. Lots of new subscribers. Wall Street Pete figured it out. Why we weren't getting our videos out to many people and why we were not really shining it, more like just getting ghosted there. We figured it out. We've gained 20-something subscribers in 2 days, so averaging over 10 a day. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. It's very important, and we're not trying to get money out of it. We're trying to get the algorithm through, so please become a part. Gentlemen, October. I do remember October 15th, 14th, something like that. I did this video, and I never do videos buying Bitcoin, telling you what to do with your money. I always tell you that it's not financial advice, but I just want to keep talking about this a little bit. It's maybe my second, third time doing it since. But please, if you've yet to watch this, please come watch this video. Buy Bitcoin now. First time challenge. Let's talk in 2024. About 6 months from now. This was in October when Bitcoin was trading 27,000. Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto, working harder than an ugly stripper for you. All right, I want everybody. This is the challenge. Buy Bitcoin. I want you to buy $50, $10, $1, whatever you need to do. But I want you to actually buy enough that's going to make you happy. I want you to buy enough to enjoy the investment, to be able to really pay attention to it. If it's $1, you may not pay attention to it. If it's $100, well, you probably pay attention. If it's 1,000, you may pay attention more. I want every single person to go in right now, buy some Bitcoin, and in 6 months, around May of 2024, I'm going to ask you, what price did you buy Bitcoin at? And then I want to know, what price did you buy it at? When we get off the video, that is. So let's see what happens. That's enough right there. We already know what Bitcoin's done since then, right? And could Bitcoin hit 100,000 by 2024? That's the biggest question. I think anybody might want to know that answer, right? That is definitely the answer to be, the question to be answered. If you pay attention, well, there's two factors. Let's pay attention to this. There's two factors. Of all of that being said, it's called supply and demand. So you got to pay attention to this. 93 days will be officially, Bitcoin halving clock will be expired. We'll be done with this event, and that's a big change. That'll definitely be part of the supply and demand. So I hope you're watching what's going on. Usually 6 months after, there's something very impressive, and right before it. And so we got, 90 days? That's it's only 3 months left until the halving continues here. So GameStop, just giving you a little information. Please do not forget to hit the like button if you've yet to do so. GameStop acts as its short-lived NFT marketplace as it retreats from crypto. It comes after the company shut down its crypto wallet in November. So GameStop no longer getting involved, and now it's pretty interesting. The NFTs, are they dying? That's a really good question, because I wonder what is happening with the NFTs. But really what I want to talk about is stimulus before we get involved into the charts. And there's a lot to talk about, right? New Jersey residents to receive up to $1,500 rebate on Wednesday. Who is paying for all of this? And I just want to know, because stimulus checks, Americans in 5 states expect payments this year. Didn't we just talk about New Jersey? Well, guess what? It'd be fucking amazing to tell you that this article does not have New Jersey on it, because it blew my mind. You lying son of a you-know-whats, right? Arizona, talking about them. California, Colorado, Maryland, and New Mexico, 5 states getting a stimulus check. Who's paying for this? We already know the answer. We're just doing rhetorical questions right now. Stimulus checks in 2024. There's buzz on the internet. But what will direct payments really come? It's just interesting because there's so much to talk about with what's happening, and there's so much news, including this big news we want to get into. Google Cloud joins Flare Network as validator. FLR jumps 5%. Now, Flare Network, which calls itself the blockchain for data, gives developers access to decentralized data via its Oracle systems. Now, you already know what that's about. That's pretty exciting to know, because how important would that be for decentralized? We're talking about privacy. We're talking about everything that Bitcoin, everything that the cryptocurrency stands for. Let's be serious. The truth hurts. It really does hurt for people. So what we do? Well, after the news, why not, right? We put it on our ticker. We hacked the system and got us in. It's really hard to do. After you have 2,000 tickers, you can no longer get any other tickers. You see how many I have? It'll just keep going. We're not going to do that. But Flare is in here right now. Flare said they got a 5% jump. And what is this? This is the daily. Is this the 5% wick they're talking about? Does not look like one to me. Oh, there it is. So at this time here, we got a 9%, 9.3% at the time of recording. You can see what's going on here. Is this the January time? Because it looks like to be the dip here. No, it's not. So January coming in. Wow, let's see what this thing's been doing. When did it get launched? In January here for this particular platform. MEX. If you don't know much about MEX, we have a referral code if you like to trade. No KYC. MEX is a leverage trading, spot trading option, and it's pretty fun to use. Just be very careful. I don't really keep too much money in it because I worry about who owns MEX. But they seem to be doing okay. But like I said, if you have a decent amount of chunk change you make in there, I would get it out there as quickly as possible. Up to 1,500 Ethereum. You can transfer in and out without KYC, claiming on that's what they say. So I do like it, though. Very good on leverage. It's fun to trade on leverage. I'm looking at a bullish flag here for Flare, and maybe that's where the bullish flag is and how it's coming out of it. You're looking at it something similar to this, and this is what I would have told you before that pump, and I would have said, well, this is nice, beautiful bullish flag. Looks like we're going to break out of here, and there it is. So I can tell you where it's going to go just by looking at this. Most likely this pump will take us. I'm just doing a real quick update for you for fun. Why not? This is what I'd be doing if I was trading on leverage. Speaking of leverage, getting into a trade. And, well, we don't have that particular area here, but you could see it really nice. So maybe we'll take it to about here. So that's what I'm seeing from the TA. And you got to be careful, guys. Trading on leverage will get your ass kicked. But looks like we're getting right below the 2.5 cents for Flare Network. So I'm kind of a little interested in that. Before you get a nice cup and handles, you can see that what will happen. Let's get into Ethereum. Perhaps you'll see what I'm talking about. Daily chart for Ethereum now. Let's get into the total crypto market cap is 1.68 trillion. So 1.68 trillion falling. You can see the ascending channel we have. Now this is all the way from the new year, June of 2022, excuse me, this ascending channel. I thought it was the new year, probably somewhere over here. Here it is. Now coming in, you can see what we've done. Resistance on the ascending channel, and same kind of thing, but finally breaking through and now building support on that trend line. So I'm curious to see what Ethereum is doing. Is it ready for the next leg up? Oscillator, stochastic volatility on the bottom is not too shabby. Maybe one more dip down, but once this does trend, the flip, we are in excellent shape. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing going forward. You can see how we're coming down. We'll double match this average here where we were before. Well, right here was the last time we got that. And you can see the nice price range to the upside here last time in this area. So we're hoping to match down here again, waiting for the trend. As you can see, the trend flip to the upside. Now this is the down, and this is what we've been getting since. So you got to watch that. Be very careful. Price history, cup and handle. You can see what's happened. Same kind of thing I was just going to say. We've done something similar. And you got to move up your price history. You can see where it is. Right here was support major at May 22. April, really, we fell in May. Try not to keep it too boring, but there is a chance that's where we got that rejection. Coming back down here as we're doing, you can see it. That could be your cup and handle. That could be your handle. So please be careful. It could be a quickie and then up. But what I'm going to talk about is Bitcoin, and I can't stand when this happens. I put my VPN in, and I guess that's what it did. But let's watch what Bitcoin's doing, because Bitcoin is the king, right? I think Ethereum is on the ready to flip, ready to get moving before Bitcoin could, so watch and pay attention. But we're talking about Bitcoin possibly going to 100. So I want to keep this a 10-minute video, and I'm getting off in literally 60 seconds. So this is what I think can happen. 40,500 we know we've touched. We call that as a possibility, but I think this is where we fall. 38.2 pullback, usually 35% right here. So 39,295. If we break this or finish below, then we are going to bounce off that 37,500 area, which is going to be somewhere here. We're going to break down to the golden pocket. I don't think that happens. So I think we hold the golden pocket, ETF approved. And then if you go later on into the charts here, and this wasn't the one, maybe this is it here. Why I got to hit refresh? It's so, you know what? Let's get rid of that one. But I want to go talk to you about it because it's very important. I want to show you what we did in the history, and this is so important. So history repeats itself usually. Of course, it can definitely do something different with the volume. TA will look silly, but look at this. So what we did here, 4 hourly, can we get to it? Did we do that, or was it a weekly? Maybe it was a weekly. Let's see. Getting into the charts, and this could very well be what we're looking at, and there it is, something like a weekly. It's not really, but you can see what happened here. I want to give you the exact example of the first leg we did up and how it retraced down and how the Fibonacci sequence is important. We're going to get going now, over 10 minutes here. Bitcoin right now, if you can see it topped, right here, this is definitely not the chart. I'm going on the daily with it because it looks so much better. There it is. So we're going to go on the daily, and I'm going to zoom in. If you can zoom in here, you can see the history before the big move up, before Tesla. And there it is, perfect. Now, what happened was we moved all the way up and bounced all the way to 4,000. People were excited. That was a big move. You got to understand, we jumped all the way from there to 1,000. So that was a big, big move for the first time in ever, maybe, for Bitcoin. This was the beginning of everything, if you really want to be serious with that. And we're talking about 309% move on Bitcoin. That's not expected anytime soon. We're expecting like 10 times, 20 times moves, right? Those days are over. So you're going to look for the altcoins for that, but we're getting ready to go. But just pay attention to what happened. You can see 38.2 pullback was the bottom here, and that came right down in the golden pocket. So we hit the 38.2 perfect, came back up, touched it one more time, and it was off to the races. So I really want you to pay attention to that. So as we're getting, and this is the end of the video, as we're getting to the end here, Bitcoin is doing something very similar to those moves, but it hasn't. The Bitcoin spot ETF has really just held it. We're stuck. So pay attention to that. It's very important. I think that the 36, somewhere around here, can happen. This looks really, really, really hurtful, bearish. The dominance is stuck. Maybe it goes back up, but you know altcoins are making it right now. So it's time for some altcoins to come back, which is not a bad thing. Even Solana's getting a nice comeback, hopefully, but you can see here what could happen. Left shoulder, head, and this is what's going to hurt the market. A lot of people are going to watch the end of this video, and you're going to think that we're going right to the moon, and this is how you get hurt. So watch the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. We are still doing a pattern called the head and shoulders, and you may be getting off and not paying attention, definitely to mention, but this could be what very well is happening. So watch what's going on. Right shoulder in the upward momentum, still something similar, but we want to get a little more serious here. This will happen in a quicker time frame, and this is where you think you might head. So pay attention to what could happen here. We come all the way down to the 35, 36, let's say 37.5. That's what I think is going to happen. So watch that for Bitcoin. I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen. You could get this, bounce off here, and then right up, gone. That's where all the volume comes in, and then that's where Bitcoin's gone. So you can see here on the daily, we are at a buying signal. So that's why I'm excited. So looking at all of this and seeing my stochastic oscillator on the bottom, I get excited when we get down here on my oscillator. You can see where we're matching. When was the last time we did that? The last time we specifically touched hardcore, well, that was right here. The last time, it was February 18th, 2023. I'm just telling you, that's what I see on the chart here. We're getting that kind of move. We're getting a February 18th move. And what was it? I have no clue. I'm going with you right now. February 18th. Let's get to it. What is the February 18th move? Well, it's getting to us right about into this move here. So there it is. It's a big dip. I love it. If we get the same repeat, it's a big dip with a V shape, and it's off to the moon. So we got to be careful. That actually might be coming shortly. A lot of people don't see it. That's waiting. Tell you right now, the more and more I look at the charts, and I know we were supposed to leave 3 minutes ago, this is what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, a big manipulation dip to the crosshair vertical line here, horizontal line, excuse me, and we're going to go vertical, speaking of it. So that's what I'm thinking can happen. We can test here a few more times, get that W looking, and then eventually we are going to have so much volume, we'll break through. We'll find out what happens here. There is a retracement coming through. There is maybe a huge wick to the downside. I don't care what anyone says. That's what happens. That's what starts the huge move to the upside. As I slam my fist down, there it is. Down and up. I mean, it's a V-like shape recovery, but I know we're getting some support. We've got support here. If you see, we've had support for 5 weeks now. So we've been trading Bitcoin about the same price, touching and touching and touching. But remember, the more and more we test the price, the more and more we're testing to actually break through it. And I'll tell you, I see this bottom test more than anything else. So the more and more we test this bottom, the more and more I think we're going to break it through really quickly, come down maybe to this area, 35, 36, 37. It's a big range, but the end of the day, I think we're going to retest this area. I think that's where we get our spring, and then we start going up. So if it's either 39,000, either way, we're going to break this 40 either way. So that's my prediction here. So I'm telling you right now. And what I think could happen here is a nice cup and handle on Flare Network. That looks kind of nice. If you're getting into this for the first time and you just found out, or you've been in it, well, there is like a 35% move coming here, and then I think that cup and handle will basically come in, and you'll see what happens. It's just very, very natural. So we did a 15-minute video. I'm so sorry. We try to do 10, but this is what happens, right? It keeps testing, or you get the rejection all the way down. We'll see what happens. We'll get confirmations, but if we break above, and this is the flare, if we break above that $2 range, that's very important to finish a daily candle above the 2, because what you're doing now is breaking above this pattern here. And this symmetrical pattern, if it breaks above, you will get a momentum with the next leg up, causing an upward W, and then you'll be getting major resistance there. But kind of exciting to talk about this morning. Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. I hope you had a wonderful week. It is Monday, and go to ETH University, and maybe you'll be excited. No, I'm just kidding. It's a beautiful shirt. I love it very much. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hit the like button, please. It's very important to keep the algorithm going through the roof. This is kind of a boring video. I hate the same tone. I was just watching a guy, seeing what he had to say. I get curious. I like to watch other videos, and sometimes they're so boring that I've stopped listening. I'm like making my coffee, and I'm like, oh shit, the phone's on. I'm listening to someone. So lucky them, they're getting the views, but at the same time, really not listening. And I wonder if that's what happens with my channel. So just watch the channel, pay attention, listen to what we say. We'll try to do shorter videos. We'll keep doing short videos if possible. If you're new to the channel, used to work right here on Wall Street. This is the place we actually worked in the open outcry pit here. Everyone's screaming and yelling. A lot of new viewers here. I'm probably in here somewhere in a picture. I don't know where exactly, but this was one of the rings. There's about 4 different rings here, heated, unleaded. The one I worked in was natural gas. You'll find coffee, cotton, sugar, all different types of things. It was wild, and it was a commodity. We worked in the commodities business, and trading floor was amazing. I never could imagine or dreamed of how experience in life you would gain, how much experience. It's insane. Like, I was leveling up crazy in life. One being in New York, all the things you would get, the new PlayStations, all the gadgets. It was amazing to work there. Doing Super Bowl boxes. There were Super Bowl box winners of $250,000. I don't know if you know what a Super Bowl box pool is, but you put $250,000 in. I think these guys were putting in 25,000, or no, it was 2,500 a box. Excuse me, 1,000 boxes. So $250,000 is in the rewards. It'd be nuts. Imagine some guy was coming in with a briefcase during the Super Bowl time with $250,000, and the winner of the Super Bowl box, one of these guys, there's like 20 of them that went around in this area. I was just thinking about all the times what happened. If you want to hear more, it's fun. This is the end of the video is the learning the TA, and the going over the news is over. This is just a little chat time if you want to stay. But stories on the trading floor are amazing if you want to hear about it. I'll tell you one story we used to do. I don't think I ever talked about this in years. So what we used to do in working on the trading floor, like, it would get slow, right? Lunchtime was dead. Nobody traded at lunchtime. It was one of the most dead times unless the market was going bananas. Well, then you can't control that. Everyone's going fucking nuts. I'll take my sandwich. I'll be in the middle eating it. Throw it the fuck on the table. Run down the steps and start working. So everywhere you went, except for probably the bathrooms, had the prices on the board. So wherever you worked, and it was in like Chinese writing. You can't read it. X, November, upside down V was December. You wouldn't know what commodity was what, trading what month, options. This is where I worked. I'd be eating a sandwich, and all of a sudden the market would fucking rally or tank, or something crazy would happen. Sometimes I wouldn't even get my bite of my sandwich, be on fucking line. My buddy Tommy, how you doing today? Better than good, Pete. Better than good. Every time I asked him how his day was going, he told me it was better than good. How the fuck is that possible? I'm just letting you know this is where I worked. This is the shit I dealt with. It was amazing. This place was awesome. Working with millionaires, left, right. Everyone's a millionaire, pretty much. If you are an exchange, you worked on this floor here, you are a fucking millionaire. I've worked with millionaires. We went to Taj Mahal. They rented out an entire fucking floor. Imagine you're with all these brokers, and they rent out the Taj Mahal floor. The floor. We rented out the fucking floor. We had the entire floor of suites, rooms. It was a fucking huge party, or slash orgy, whatever you want to call it. I felt like SBF all over again. Did not go to any of them, really, being serious. I went to a lot of the aftermaths. It's in New York. Everything's in New York. I was a Jersey guy, so it was tough to really, I slept there. Trust me, there were nights I was able to take advantage and have a good time. But these guys were fucking wild. Ever see The Wolf of Wall Street, the movie? I fucking watched that movie. That's exactly how these crazy fucks lived. I've seen a girl get her head shaved for fucking 10 grand. Doesn't matter. Like, they do whatever the fuck they want. Money is crazy. But you learn how this stuff works. And then you see how it works on the phone, and you trade on your phone. But before that, it was different. Before that, these people, they traded through me, through you, or one of the clerks, and said, hey, I want to buy such and such 1,000 Dogecoin. It wasn't Dogecoin. It would be cotton. It would be sugar. It would be natural gas. And I worked in the natural gas pit, barrels of natural gas and futures. And it was wild. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy to see how it works. So I want to tell you the story as before I go. Big cardboard box. They would take a big cardboard box. Right? Big cardboard box, and if any of them are watching from the trading floor, they're going to laugh their ass off. You used to write cock box. I swear to God, and here it is, I'm looking for it. I swear to God, this trading floor was wild. They literally would put cock. This is what they would do. We're like a high school for kids. They would write cock box on the floor. They would then put paper clips and clip it with rubber bands, and you would be dragging this cardboard box full of maybe a Playboy magazine cut out of dicks. They would cut the dicks out of the Playboy magazine and put that on your badge. You'd have it near your mouth. You'd be walking around all day. You didn't even know you had it. But the cock box, this is story time. If anyone's this is story time, want to know who I'm from, where I am, this is what we did. Wall Street is sick. We did some real trading, made millions of dollars for people, and people lost money. It was crazy, but when it was dead, we had shit that we had to do. Like, we had to keep ourselves busy. It was dead sometimes. That box, we would have a jacket with holes in it. The jacket would have holes all around, so ventilation so you could breathe, right? You're screaming, yelling all fucking day, tickets, doing nuts. You're getting hot. You would take that grappling hook you make out of a paper clip attached to that box. People would come visit, or workers, and would literally, I don't know how long, but they would have the rubber band, right, attached to their jacket, and the jacket would be pulling the cock box. And they're just trying to work. I'm just trying to make a living today, guys. And you got me dragging a box this full of dicks. And it's called the cock box. And I'm running around trying to work, and I'm dragging this fucking cock box around all day. Meanwhile, I got a dick on my face. It's crazy where I worked. You wouldn't believe it. It's like a high school for kids. It still happens, I'm sure. But now this Chicago Mercantile Exchange is probably just about to be gone as well. Everything's going digital. So I just want people to know that I could tell you amazing stories of we made this customer so much money, stories of there was an accident, somebody lost $70,000 and he got fired. I mean, really, where I worked, if I made one fucking mistake, I could cost $1 million, $700,000. It didn't matter. It could be, I could basically take the entire company, my fuck up, and make everybody go home, out of business. It's like that. This is where I worked. It was the stress that I had on my shoulders. Margin calls, right? You had to know profit, margin, loss. I just want a lot of people to know this is who you're watching, this is who you're following. There's a lot of shit, a lot of stress. If you cannot handle stress, this was not the place for you. This place was probably one of the most stressful places on the fucking planet Earth. I don't care what you say. It's like doing surgery all day long because you can't make mistakes. You can't make mistakes. If you make one mistake, you put somebody out of business. You fucking lose money. It's the only thing that happens that you don't want. Mistakes are not really called there. I don't think I ever made a mistake, but one stupid, silly little mistake in my tenure there. I made a mistake, but it was so minute. Maybe somebody was watching over me. I don't know. But, we're human. We're all going to make some. But I've seen people make several mistakes over and over, coming hungover. $70,000. They're like, all right, dude, you have to go now. Sorry. Remember when everything went out of business and they were telling us, it was crazy. They were telling us that we're going out of business. Everything's going digital. And I was like, what do you mean everything's going digital? They're like, pretty soon you're going to be able to trade on your phone. You're going to be able to just tap a button. I said, the fuck out of here. And I didn't believe them. And then finally, we were getting our severances and being told that the building's getting shut down, and it's now the Van Gogh Museum, the New York Mercantile Exchange. Do your research. Check it out. It's pretty wild. So just want to give you a background. There's a lot of new followers. I don't know if that made people bored and they left or if it added people or what. I don't really care about that part. But I'm saying it because I want you guys to know that there's a lot of new people on the channel. And I want you to really understand who you're following, right? You hit the subscribe button. Oh, charts. I don't know nothing about it. Maybe I'll learn. Well, you're following a wholesome guy, right? Family guy, worked on Wall Street for a while, almost a decade. I was able to stay there. Unfortunately, I can't say I was there for a decade. It was under. But learned a lot. Learned a lot about life really quickly, too. New York will sprucing your ass up quicker than you know what to do with yourself, for real. That place will, if you're not on top of your P's and Q's, you will be on top of those mother effers by the end of the month. What's up, Steven? Nice to have you in the Super Chat. Just chat time. That's all we're doing. We're just bullshitting. We did a nice 10-minute TA news. So if you want to reverse, rewind, and check out what we talked about, it's kind of important. I think that we're going to, and I don't think I ever said it. That sucks. I think we're going to get to about 80,000. I don't think we're going to get to 100K Bitcoin. I'm saying this might be why you stayed to the end. That sucks. I can't believe I didn't say it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to break 100K. Can we? Yes, absolutely we can. Never say never in crypto. I'll teach you real quick about that story. Never say never. Don't say we can't hit this price. Say we can't hit that price. I don't care what you're telling me. Will there be a point in time where we break maybe 1 million if that ever happened? Yeah, then it'll be prices that you'll never see again. But we're just talking about where I'm from. You know, things we used to do. We used to go out to P.F. Chang's. Used to go out to a place where they just serve duck. And I'm like, guys, can I get the kids menu? Like, we're just talking about some stories where I used to work. I went to the Allman Brothers concert. That was amazing. Everything's paid for. I don't pay for fucking nothing. I guess it's like being a celebrity in an old retired celebrity or something, right? You don't pay for steak dinner. Like, they just take care of you. They're millionaires, right? They're wholesome guys. Took me to a strip club once, right? Tell you a story. This is fun. I wish you guys could experience it with me, but you live through me curiously listening to the stories here. They took me to a strip club. And it's Monopoly money. I don't know if anyone's ever been to a strip club in New York City. I don't know if it still works this way. But I'll tell you right now, in the beginning of 2001, all the way to like 2009, 2010, they used to do Monopoly money. So they give you Monopoly money. So you have like a couple $100 or whatever. I got $400 from one of my brokers. He's like, here, man. I don't even think he was a fucking broker of mine, actually. He was just a guy on the floor, fucking rich as fuck. And I was getting there. I made digits. It was great back then. That was fantastic. He gave me $400, said do whatever you want with it. You know, I'm a crazy fuck growing up as I was a young boy, tyke. I always wanted to go over the limit and see what I could get something done or see someone, make people do something. It's wild, right? When you're young, you have a crazy imagination. So long story short of it all, I got the money. I kept, I think, like a couple, 100 of it, I think it was. I spent the other 3. But you give the money, and they give you Monopoly money. And then if you return it back, you get your real cash back or whatever. But I guess that's how it keeps the dancers safe, because they would take the money. They'd have fake money in there, whatever. And then they would hand in the Monopoly money to get the real money so nobody steals the shit. Because I guess I don't know how they can keep track, but somehow they were able to keep track if it was yours or the stripper's money or whatever. But we just did crazy things, had a great time. Some people were obviously way too over crazy and always had to fuck everything up. Yes, there was always that one guy. But more than that, though, we had a really good time, safe time. It seemed like we had a really good family, really tight. I wasn't even there that long. I mean, I came in after 9/11 smashed into the buildings and basically annihilated a third of the crew. There was about a third of the crew here that you're looking that, unfortunately, were in that building. Early people coming in, and they died. They died. It's awful. I used to hear stories, people crying, telling me. I started working right after, so I had to be careful with all the chest and things. I mean, it's pretty scary the more I think about it, because a lot of people got cancer from the debris, and I literally worked right fucking after. Right after. So it's kind of concerning, actually. Maybe we should get checked out again. I got checked out once before, so everything was good, but I was getting symptoms of some shit. So you got to be careful, but it was a real place. We had a really good time there. So I'm just giving you guys a background. Maybe I changed the title. 15 minutes, let you know. It was just about the Bitcoin price. And like I said, I don't think we're going to hit 100K this year. I think it happens in 2025. I really do think that happens. That's my prediction. We're going to get a little bit of a fall here. I think we can come all the way down to 36,000 if you were watching in the beginning. I can't imagine. It's a 30-minute video. I'm sorry. Wanted to give you guys a little heads up, though, of who you're listening to. It's been a wild ride. I watched how, people could just make money like that. It was wild. It was just sick to see. I saved up $44,000. You needed $50,000 to trade natural gas. You need a $50,000 margin That's in case you fuck up while you're trading and it goes against you, and you're just sitting there like this, and you let your money go. You need 50 grand in equity to back your ass up. So back then, I was saving 50. I did not get to, but people were helping, of course, trying to help me trade when I wasn't supposed to. You get your license and things like that. So I was learning and watching the charts and doing things. But I was just letting people know, like, it was a crazy place sitting here seeing where I'm from. But the TA is real, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, TA will help you very much. It's not always on the money. Volume comes in, volume comes out. Whales are created, it happens, and people will create wealth in this next bull run. I don't know who's going to be there. I can't tell you who. There's ways to make it in this space. You can either hodl on the bottom, or you can day trade, right? Try and spot day trade. You know how hard that is? What's up, Hugh? Nice to have you. Good morning to you. I'm just talking about where I'm from. There's a lot of new followers, and Wall Street Pete has finally figured it out on how to get the Wolves of Wall Street, the community, out there. So if you want to help, hit the share button. Yes, it's a longer video of the two, but I had to do one because, one, I wanted to let people know, all the new subscribers, where we're from, who we are. You may have heard about this. You may have heard about us before. You heard the stories. It's been a long time since I've told some good stories like this one, though. Like I said, went to an Allman Brothers concert, had an amazing bunch of just times. It's good times, really good times. I couldn't believe how safe we were. Never heard of some dramatic, crazy things really happening. The more and more I think about it, it was always a fun, eventful time. I mean, I know you got plenty of drama stories, bad things, but it's amazing. The more and more I think about it, this family gets together once a year, and I cannot get together. I'm always so damn busy and so far away now. So I'm going to try and get together this coming 2024. Maybe we can record, show some pictures, and show the family and have a good time they are. But you guys have a wonderful day. I just wanted to let all the new followers that Wall Street Pete really is a place where we worked on Wall Street. And that's why the YouTube channel has arisen. And it's weird because some people are telling me, I see new YouTubers and they have 2,200 followers, 2K, and you're only at 1.6, Pete. What the hell's going on? You're a real guy. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've never YouTubed before. I've been doing it for 3-4 years. I'm finally figuring it out, I think. Well, without you guys hitting the like button, subscribe, share with a friend, let people know this is a real guy. Not a financial advisor, but a gentleman twice as nice, ready to splice. Let's go, guys. You guys have a fantastic week. Let's go. We got to hustle. We got to make some money. Without liquid, you're nothing. So you need to make some money. You need to create revenue. You need to create money. If you cannot have money created, then how are you going to have enough money to invest, right? You can't. You're going to bring excuses. You're going to give it many excuses why you cannot do it. It's the recession. Oh, and my bills. You know how much fucking shit happens to me? My dog owes me $8,000 in 2023 from 2 fucking objects he ate and almost died. Okay? I don't want to hear the excuses. I am struggling too. Okay? Doing good trading, but it doesn't matter. People struggle. People have hard times. I want you to understand that. He says, I don't have any friends. Listen to me. We're ending. I've had a group of 5 friends. All right? Group of 5 friends growing up for 25 plus years. Do you know that recently, in the last 5 years or 3 years, I'm now down to 2 fucking friends. That's it. I have about a couple more on the outside, maybe 2 more, but before that I had about 7 or 8, like really good people that I liked and I could converse with on an everyday basis or at least once a week. I am down to 3 people. It's fucking sickening. It cut more in half. And it's, you know what happens as you get older, you get a family, or you just start having habits. And maybe you just need to start having good habits. But that's what happens. You start growing up, and you really don't have Stephen, and I appreciate your comments, as I really feel it from the heart. I do. I feel it from the heart, brother. You really have to start surrounding yourself with people who have the same type of interest you do. If you don't, but they have to be the good habits, right? If you're going to sit there and smoke weed with that guy or drink with that guy every Friday, and that's why you're with him, you really have to start really understanding what is the importance of this relationship. Now, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe you need a fucking drink once every Friday or a smoke every Friday. You know what I mean? Maybe you fucking need that time away. I get it. No, don't get me wrong. But if you're doing it every single day, it's a problem. You need to start doing things that put yourself in a situation that I'm working my ass off now, but I'll feel much better later. That's what we're trying to do. That's where you need to get. Educate yourself. It's cryptocurrency. We've been talking about cryptocurrency being the future for a long time now. And if you don't see what's happening in front of your face, you might as well go back under the rock and go to sleep. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic week. We're going to do short videos. This is a long, drawn-out drama, blah, 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 at the end. It's all good, though. You guys, don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate everyone's comments. Let me know what crypto asset you'd like to hear in this short video next. We're doing shorts. We're doing videos. We're doing cryptocurrencies. Maybe it'll be yours. But I want you guys to know who you're watching, who you're following, and why you're doing it. You didn't just hit that like and subscribe yesterday because you saw a short about Bitcoin. You want to learn more about Bitcoin. There's a lot to learn about in this crypto space. See you guys soon. Thank you so much. Take care.